In this video, I'm going to help you assemble your ocarina. The process is really simple and fun, but even better, you get a really cool little playable instrument out of it. So let's get started. In the tin that your ocarina kit comes in, you'll find the assembly pamphlet that you can use along with this video to assemble your ocarina. The ocarina parts themselves, the sound chamber ring, the bottom plate, the sound plate, and the fingering plate. You'll also find a packet of glue, a couple of toothpicks, couple of rubber bands, and the lanyard. Now, one thing that the assembly pamphlet refers to is the air groove, and on the sound plate this is the air groove here, and on the fingering plate this is the air groove here, kind of these darker areas. Now, a couple other things that you might want are a Q-tip or two. You'll definitely want a paper towel or rag to be able to wipe off excess glue, and a piece of paper or newspaper to keep your workspace free of glue. The first step to assembling your ocarina is to glue the bottom plate onto the sound chamber ring. So go ahead and open your glue packet and just give yourself a little dollop of glue that you can work with. And taking one of your toothpicks, you'll just add some glue to, just put a thin layer of glue around one of the rims of the sound chamber ring. And now that you have a nice thin strip of glue around one of the rims, you just take your bottom plate and line it up and just give it a good push together. And using your paper towel or rag, just wipe off any excess glue. Now the next step, and this is an optional step, but it's a good one, is to take one of your Q-tips or your toothpick and grab a good chunk of glue here, and you're gonna just line the inside corner where the sound chamber ring and the bottom plate connect. And this seals the ocarina to make sure that no air escapes while you're playing it. Now we're gonna glue the sound plate onto the sound chamber ring. So again, using your toothpick, put a thin layer of glue around the rim of the sound chamber ring. There, now once you have a nice even coat of glue around that sound chamber ring, go ahead and take the bottom plate, and you want to make sure that the air groove is facing up. So this air groove wants to face up, and you just go ahead and line it up, put it on there, give it a little squeeze, and wipe off any excess glue that squeezes out of the edges. The next step is to glue the fingering plate onto the sound plate. When you do this, you're going to want to make sure that the air grooves, this air groove and this air groove, sit on top of each other in this manner. So they're going to face each other when you glue it on. So that's really important because that creates the groove that the air flows through in order to make the sound. So again, using your toothpick, go ahead and put a thin layer of glue around the sound plate. Now when you get to the area where the air groove is, the mouthpiece here, you're going to want to avoid getting glue close to the air groove, because if glue moves in there, it's going to restrict the airflow. So you just add glue around the outer edge of this section. There, just like that. That way when you push it together, the glue won't spread into the air groove. Now, taking your fingering plate, again making sure the air grooves face each other so they go onto each other. Go ahead and line them up, put them on top of each other, line them up just like that, and give it a good squeeze together. You can also check your alignment by looking at the lanyard holes, and they should line up together. And again, wipe off any excess glue that squeezes out of the edges. Now with the included rubber bands, you can wrap them around a couple times. This will squeeze everything together to hold it all together while the glue dries. Let that sit for about 10 or 15 minutes. And once your ocarina is dry, go ahead and take the rubber bands off. And now we're going to put the lanyard on. So go ahead and untie your lanyard and just lace it through the holes from the front to the back. Now with the two loose ends of your lanyard, you're going to tie what's called a fisherman's knot. And in your assembly pamphlet, there's a diagram for this that really that's the easiest way to learn to tie this knot. It's essentially two overhand knots. where you just do one overhand knot with one side over the other, and the other overhand knot around the other side. And what this knot allows is for the lanyard to expand and contract so you can size it around your neck. At this point, your ocarina is completely assembled and is a very playable instrument. You can learn to play it watching our video, or on the back of the instructional pamphlet, there's also instructions on playing your ocarina as well as playing different songs. There's a couple songs on the back there. You can also find more songs on our website, highspirits.com. From here, you might want to personalize your ocarina a little bit. Maybe take some sandpaper and round out the edges all the way around, making it kind of smooth and soft and gives it a finished feel. You can also paint it. People have done a number of different things with painting them. Or you can do a lacquer or a non-toxic oil finish. You want to just finish it in some way that you don't mind putting your mouth on whatever finish you use. It's a fun little instrument. Hope you really enjoy playing it. Thanks for watching and enjoy.